Globars web service is a satellite vehicle monitoring system. The service includes a number of features divided into sections. The tracking section includes a map, a list of objects, and functional tabs for quick navigation between sections. The program interface is designed to be intuitive and easy to use for every user, regardless of whether you have used the monitoring system before or are just starting to work with Globars. Let's take a look at the functionality of the monitoring section. First, change map layers such as OpenStreetMap, Google Maps, Yandex Maps with the ability to display traffic jams and 2GIS maps. Second, the map has tools such as a ruler. It allows you to measure length or area. Third, on the map, you can enable various layers of information from other sections in the lower right corner: tracking, tracks, geozones, drivers, trailers. For example, you can enable the geozones layer and it will be displayed in the tracking section. You can also display the notification bar. When you hover the cursor over an object on the map, a window with detailed information will open: its current location, the time of the last data update, speed, mileage, and other parameters. If the vehicle is equipped with sensors, information about them will also be displayed in the window. The list of tracked objects displays the customer's vehicle fleet. You can get detailed information about each object and view data about the sensors configured on the object in real time. If necessary, you can also display information directly from the sensor data. In addition, you can right-click on a vehicle and perform various actions, such as register event, commands, messages, quick report, quick track, select object tracking, distance to geozones, properties, or remove the object from the tracking list. Let's take a closer look at the actions. Register event can be used for arbitrary events, refueling, and maintenance. Commands opens a window with the option to send a command to the tracker installed on the object and the list of previously sent commands. Messages requests messages for the selected object for the period specified in the tracking section settings. Quick report creates a report on the selected object using the template specified in the tracking section settings. Quick track shows the track of the selected object for the period specified in the tracking section settings. Track object centers the map on the selected monitoring object. Distance to geozones displays a window with information about the distance to geozones and the approximate time spent in them. Properties is an item for viewing and changing the properties of an object. In the top panel of the tracking section, you can interact with the list. Checkbox displays objects on the map. Sort objects alphabetically. Button to add created objects to the tracking list. Button to clear the list of monitored objects. Button to add created groups of objects. Settings of the tracking section. Here you can configure the quick track display period, select a report template for an object and group of objects, specify the creation period, set timeout, connection, and object movement status as saving settings in the list, and display additional elements. The track section allows you to obtain a track for an object for a period with the display of events on the map, which can be selected manually. Such events as speeding, refueling, draining, stops, parking, and arbitrary events. The track can be displayed with different colors depending on the speed of the object over a certain period of time. The track has a player where you can play back the object's movement and its parameters to see where the object was moving. There is also a function to print the map area together with the received track. You can build several tracks for objects at once. You can customize the track so that it has a different color on the map. The trip detector function. When enabled, the track will only be displayed when the object was in motion. Geozones section. This section displays a list of created geozones. You can create geozones of the following types: circle, line, polygon. There are also geozone groups that can be created by interacting with the panel at the top of the list. In addition, you can export and import geozones. There is a search function for convenient work with the list. Using the checkbox, you can choose to display or hide a geozone on the map. Geozones are useful for working with reports. For example, you can find out whether an object visited a specific geozone and how long it stayed there. The driver section includes a list of created drivers for further linking them to monitoring objects in both manual and automatic modes. This allows you to track which driver drove the vehicle during a certain period of time. The same applies to trailers. You can also configure the trailer to be linked to a monitored object. Reports section. This section allows you to generate a report based on a previously created template for both a group of objects and a single objects respectively. In this report, you will see several tables selected in the designer. The first table displays summary information about the activity of the object, including the fuel level sensor. The next table displays more detailed information about refueling. Along with the report, the object's movement track for the selected period is displayed on the map. You can view refueling events for the object in more detail. This report also includes a table with detailed information about the object's movement. The report may include graphs displaying various information. For example, in this report, a graph of the fuel level sensor, mileage, and voltage. The Messages section is designed to track messages received from the system for a specific period of time. The data is provided in the form of a table, where you can view detailed information on the relevant parameters. It is also possible to obtain a graph of the parameters available at the object and messages of the event type. Events for an object can be registered manually, for example, refueling, or you can set up automatic event registration. For example, if a vehicle enters a geofence, the system will record the event with information about the time the object visited the geofence. The Special Reports section is designed for generating specialized report forms, for example, by the number of garbage cans lifted for special equipment and the weight of the contents of these cans. This section includes specialized forms according to requirements. Such reports can be developed upon separate request. They will be unique and unavailable to other users of the system. The help function is designed to assist you in using the product and contains a link to the help resource. Additional settings include the following items: user settings, personal account, and view from the user's perspective. User settings allows you to change the time zone, language, and location, as well as change the display of information about objects and on the map. Personal account contains information about the current balance and transactions carried out under the current account agreement, with the ability to get details, as well as set up notifications and register a promised payment. The View from the user's perspective item is necessary to view the system from the perspective of a user created under your account. Management includes 7 sections. The Report Templates section contains a list of created templates with the ability to create a customized report using the designer, in which the columns displayed in tables and graphs are configured. The Notifications section is designed to create and configure notifications based on specific trigger criteria, such as speed, geozone, sensor value, maintenance expiration notifications, and so on. You can choose a convenient way to receive notifications: online in the web interface, push notifications in the mobile app, notifications in messengers, email, as well as additional options when a criterion is triggered. The Tasks section is designed to automate the receipt of reports and change user access to objects when specified trigger parameters are met. For example, you can configure the generation of a report for a specified period in a task based on a previously created report template, with subsequent sending of the report to email. The Monitoring Objects section contains a list of objects created by the dealer and users under them, with the ability to create an object manually and specify all the necessary parameters for it. For example, sensors attached to the object, temperature control sensor, door opening-closing control sensor, weight and axle load control sensor, refrigerator on-off control sensor. Also specifying the maintenance period, setting up the trip detector, setting up filtering, specifying minimum values for the drain and refuel events, and specifying validation parameters for incoming data on the monitored object. A list of all functions and object configuration options, as well as the ability to import objects from other services, can be found in the Help section. The Object Group section displays a list of created groups with the option to display them in the Tracking section, as well as manage other users' access rights to them. The Users section contains a list of created users with the ability to add new ones and manage their access rights to various elements of the system. It is also possible to change the password, history display period, and time zone of users. The Guest Access section is designed to provide information on a specific object via a link containing information about the object and its location, which is accessible to users who are not authorized in the system. Dealer section, a specialized section that is not accessible to regular users. It contains sections for managing and accounting for funds and contracts. Accounts section. It contains a list of previously created accounts with information about the tariff, balance, and number of objects under their management. The section allows you to obtain statistics, download payments, and export accounts and import them from other services. The Clients section is designed to maintain a list of active clients with the ability to specify their contact information, such as legal address, TIN, phone number, and bank details. The Contracts section is designed to control and generate documents for specific accounts for billing for the use of the service. The Tariff section displays a list of created tariffs, which will subsequently be assigned to accounts. Based on their settings, documents will be generated for billing for the use of the service. In this section, you can configure billing. For example, you can create a specific tariff plan for each customer individually, with subsequent generation of invoices and statements based on it. Payments will also be displayed in the customer's personal account. The Trackers section contains a list of trackers with the option of assigning them to an object for further data transfer to the system. There is no need to specify the data transfer protocol for each tracker separately. The system automatically determines which protocol the data is transferred via. The Additional Equipment section contains a list of additional equipment with the option of assigning it to an object. This section is necessary for accounting for equipment under the dealer's control that is installed in addition to the tracker located at the monitoring object. The SIM card section is designed to maintain a list of SIM cards installed in trackers and display the phone number of the SIM card assigned to the tracker at the monitored object. The Reference Books section is necessary for maintaining data used when creating system elements. For example, when creating a tracker, it is necessary to specify its type from the tracker type's reference book. The System Notifications section alerts users on the main page of the service with the option to pin the notification and set up automatic closing. The Relays section is designed to transfer data on an object to third-party services using specific protocols, with the option to send data for the past period and specify a data sending schedule. Relays created in this way will be displayed in a list indicating their status. The trash section contains items that have been deleted from the system and can be restored or permanently deleted. You can log out of your account using the Logout button located at the bottom of the list of available sections.